was that Newcastle Everton game that you were talking about. And I believe this was Callum Wilson's, coming out party.
I mean, I think Callum Wilson's proven before this, obviously, how good a striker he is.
Right.
If he carries on playing like this, however, he won't be playing for Newcastle for much.
Oh no, I don't think so. I
He's going to
think
get poached.
somebody will poach him in January.
Yeah, someone who's got money. I mean, some of the more, shall we say, upper echelon teams who are struggling to get goals must be looking at Callum Wilson and thinking, I mean...
I'm surprised he went to Newcastle and not somebody higher. Because
it depends
at Bournemouth, he was...
I don't think all the big teams went in for him, to be fair. And don't forget Newcastle at the time, they had Mike Ashley at the helm. Well, still do for now.
Right.
And obviously, a lot of money involved in that. So, but you know what? Newcastle, I said this after they lost 4-1 to Man United. The score, I didn't think was reflective of how they just keep hanging around. Just keep hanging around Newcastle, and they're putting some results together. Are they going to be, contenders? Absolutely not. Probably won't even, I think they'll probably finish mid-table maybe. But, these are good results. But obviously, people are going to be talking about Everton more for this. Calvert-Lewin scores again. Nice goal, frankly, terrible defended by Newcastle. Like those conceding goals like that, that's what's going to hurt you at the end of the year. You can't be conceding goals like this. Near post, made the goalkeeper look like a complete monkey. It was ridiculous. But I do worry about Everton a little bit. I think, everyone's happy when you're winning. But when you get punched in the mouth, you want to see how well the response is. Famous line, in it from Mike Tyson, everyone's dangerous until they get punched in the mouth. And ultimately, Everton have been punched in the mouth a couple of times and haven't responded that well. They were thoroughly outplayed by Southampton. They had ill discipline as well, another red card, you can't afford to keep getting players suspended in this league as well. And obviously VAR is a lot more sensitive to these things. Where you might have, for instance, that horrendous tackle you were talking about, the studs up challenge, as bad as it was, chances are without VAR, it probably would have just been a yellow. Because, the referee, in real time, you don't necessarily pick these things up. And obviously the video does. And ultimately, that's where VAR does a good job for the most part. They look back and think, that is quite dangerous, you need to go. That's fine. But it just seems like, Everton is a little bit of ill discipline, poking around, floating around. One of the things I keep hearing when I watch Everton games from analysts is that, if they can stay up there, then in January they can strengthen their team and buy more players. But they've got to stay up there. If you keep losing games like this, they're going to wind up fucking falling back into 8th or 9th place. And then it's going to be a slog to try and move yourself back up again. They've got too much quality not to challenge for the top 4.
Yeah.
But they have the mindset. This isn't a team that historically has spent a lot of time in the top 4 or even in European places. They're not a historically successful team, especially in the Premier League, like Liverpool, like Arsenal, like Chelsea, like Man United. They're a team that flattered us. Obviously, Moyes, I remember one season, I think he got them into 4th place, and then they got utterly bummed by Villarreal in the Champions League qualifiers and didn't even get in the Champions League that season. I like Everton, and I want them to do well. I love Carlo Ancelotti as well. I like his passion. I love his style of football. I love some of the players. James Rodriguez is one of my favourite players. Also a bit of a man crush. He's right little sort, that boy. Nice looking man. I like their football. I like Calvert-Lewin. You want an English striker to do well, especially in this country. Fucking hell. England haven't won a major since, as you guys would call it, since 1966. And I know it's not, at this point, we're like, yeah, whatever. But this is an England team that is now, I feel, ascending. And players like Calvert-Lewin are going to help that more. But, yeah, it's kind of frustrating. It looks like Everton can't really handle being up too high. It's like they're running out of oxygen up there. So they've got an opportunity to improve. Games coming up. But, this is games, they've lost to Southampton. They've now lost to Newcastle. These aren't the strongest teams in the league.
No.
So what happened? I know they got a draw against Everton, and they started off so well, but you've still got to play teams like Arsenal and Man City and Man United, and if you're playing like this against these teams, you might find yourself in trouble, and you might find yourself on the back end of it when it comes down to it. By December, they could be 6th or 7th, and then you think, Jesus, what happened? We were like top a few weeks ago. You know, people can slide quickly. You can't afford to keep losing games. It's a very topsy-turvy league, though, so you never know. But, yeah, they're going to have to dig in more. They're going to have to start scoring more goals as well. Goals have dried up, and that's one of the big things that was really helping Everton out at the beginning of the season.
What is your view on Pickford not starting this? Should he have?
Was he injured? Or was he just
No,
resting?
I think he was just resting him.
Yeah, I noticed he did. To be fair, he's backup, number 33. Got his
Olsen, Robin Olsen.
Yeah, good player. Really good goalkeeper as well. Lovely to see the depth. He actually played quite well. You know, you see the result and think, oh dear, bad game for Everton. But the goalkeeper played really well, made some really good stops. Very smart player. Very good with his feet as well. I think that's really underrated. Manuel Neuer is really good at that. You know, you should be as good with your feet as well with your hands. Goalkeepers nowadays are more complete players. So a lot of people reckon Manuel Neuer could play centre back.
Oh, absolutely.
I absolutely believe that. In fact, maybe Chelsea could fucking sign him. I don't know. I'd rather he didn't. I'd rather he played for a good team. But
Oof.
you know, it's too early in the morning for you to give me shit over that. Ultimately, I think Pickford's still the starting goalkeeper. I like Pickford. I think he's the best goalkeeper in England.
Mm-hmm.
It's English, you know, there are definitely better players. I think. I'm surprised you didn't wank yourself silly over Mendy or whatever his name is, the guy in goal for Chelsea. Actually.
I honestly don't think Mendy's better than Pickford.
No, I don't. I actually really like Pickford. And let's not forget, Pickford has historically played in teams that haven't had very good back fours, but not elite back fours.
He played for Southampton.
Exactly. Like I say, elite back fours. When has Pickford ever had four of the best defenders in Britain? Never mind Europe in front of Europe. Never mind Britain. Excuse me. In front of him, he hasn't. So he's required to stop a lot more shots than say the average goalkeeper would be. I think Pickford's fantastic, but I think Olsen is a fantastic backup for him. He did fine. I don't know why Pickford didn't start this game. Maybe they thought they made a few too many mistakes. I know that it was a very shaky performance against Southampton. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to sort of make a statement. I know Ancelotti can be very fucking ruthless, and he will not tolerate his team slacking. And that's the difference between him and maybe, if this was Wenger or Emery in charge, you wonder just how far they might slide before they rectify things. With Ancelotti, he won't stand for this. He'll be like, right, you don't want to play, you don't want to perform, get out of the fucking side then. But I don't think that's been the case with Pickford, so I don't understand why he didn't start.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I think he is for sure England's number one and should be playing in almost every game unless he's injured.
After his performance against Man City, I'd like to see Ramsdale have a go on a friendly for England.
That'd be nice.
That's my little sort of dark horse shout. Give him an opportunity. Don't see why not.
Right.